What's crackalackin, folks? Welcome back to Factorio. Welcome back to Pyanodons. Hey Crisco. Hey Jerry. Hey Gamering Dino. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great day. Crisco, what we're doing today is gonna get to Niobium today, finally. I already got all the kind of ingredients we need brought here because it was quite a while since they were last provided. So I drew the lines all the way from here over. I found us some Niobium to mine and put 4 drills down. And they now need drill heads and refined syngas as a fluid. In other news, I crafted a lot of the buildings we needed by hand and then put them into the robot network so they can be built. You can see most of the buildings here exist now and are placed. There's a few missing up here where the robot network doesn't reach. Most of the ones that are missing are secondary crushers that we need to process the raw coal, but otherwise it's looking good. We're only missing 224 items right now. And no copium for you, Crisco. And then on the other side, the processing into tar and syngas also is pretty complete. So we only have to put down a few more tanks. All the inserters are there. Even all the splitters are there. So yeah, we're looking good. You will get to know most of these words, Crisco, when you watch more Factorio and then start playing it, and then you can play with me. All right, you just got to the first circuit, waiting to get to electric drill so I can make a proper base. Yeah, I was so happy when I got to electric mining drill, but I still have, I think I replaced finally the last remnants of normal mining drills here. Yeah, there's a few here that fed themselves. That are still used, maybe somewhere here. No, they used to be used, but yeah, I replaced all the ones that are actively in use with electric mining drills, and I have no regrets. We have now about 1.6 gigawatts. Not all of that is really available. I'd say we shouldn't go over 1.2 gigawatts or something like that. And Crisco, I'm not very sure you would ever play this, but you should. You really should, because it's a good game. And I have in Yavk built the plan for what we're going to work on today. The goal is to make niobium plate, in this case 1.18 per second, so not very much, but that's what 4 niobium mines can output. And in order to do that, we need to make filtration media, we need to make activated carbon, refined syngas, and then hydrogen chloride as well for the zinc chloride. So actually that needs to go. Can't move you. Now I can move you. That actually needs to go further down. And I think we may need it somewhere else. Yeah, we need it for the niobium complex as well. So we need to make it early, but then it's used twice. It's a story game. Enjoy, Jerry. What are you eating? All right, let's get started. I already brought in the 3 ingredients we need for drill heads, and we're just going to use a simple burner assembly machine for those because we don't need much more. Let's look at here. Drill heads out of, what gives us 6? Steel plate, aluminum plate, and titanium plate. And those should be the 3 coming in here. And how much do we need per machine? 0.15, 0.07, and 0.1. So is counting the words? What do you mean, Crisco? And you're still number 2, so you lost. And we also will run this belt past here, so we can use this as fuel. And I learned that fuel doesn't produce ash, which is amazing. So we're just gonna do that. We create the first drill head, and the drill head will be moved over here and sent to our niobium mine. It should produce more than what we're using right now. I mean, yeah, the aluminum plate is the blocking factor here, but we can just add another one should it ever be a speed issue. It produces 6 at a time, and this one can unload fast enough, but we add another one with the offset in the other side so it can fill the belt completely. All right, the first thing out of many completed in YAFC. Can mark that as complete, and now we work on the hydrogen chloride. And the good thing is electrolyzers produce it exactly in the right quantity as we need for hydrogen chloride. We just need to add lamps and have a chance that these lamps are consumed in the end. So what we need is 2 electrolyzers that make chlorine and hydrogen and sodium chloride from the salt water. Just a means to provoke longer messages, I think, and engagement. I don't know. Are you engaged, Crisco? Tell me. All right, let's add we can put the electrolyzer here, I think, and we make hydrogen and chloride here. And I think do we need another electrolyzer in YAFC? That's the question. If I planned for 1 or 2, we need another electrolyzer at the end, or another 2. So we just have to build 2 more to finish the build, which I can afford. 2 electrolyzers. There we go. Oh my God, Crisker, you're just making me read less of your messages if you just write stuff that is mostly nonsense. But feel free to be engaged. You hate me. I love you, Crisco. It's okay. All right, so we have electrolyzers. We need both of the outputs. And honestly, we should turn them around and bring them in here. Why are you trying to do these? Like, it's way too far away. Pulling a Vix with that statement? Is she saying that? Guess why I'm a mod? All right, and we put these in the second lane. And we need some electricity to get the juices flowing. That gives us chlorine and hydrogen and also sodium hydroxide. Or she just ignores your messages? I wonder why. We get, what, 1 per second, so we need 2 of these for this. Actually, move it down by 1, so we can potentially extend it. And then the sodium chloride will be one of the things we will burn in the end. I'm missing stone right now, interestingly. But yeah, we will burn those with 2 burners probably. I hope the burners can accept wood as fuel. Yeah, they can accept wood as fuel, so we don't need to bring in coke or something else inside. Now, take care of these here. First and foremost, and not the belts further up. Now, after we're done with that, we need a chemical plant to make hydrogen chloride. And the lamps are here. Let's put down a chemical plant. We can actually put it down here. And to make hydrogen chloride. From the hydrogen we make here, and the chlorine we make here. Then we need to add some lamps, and we have a 50% chance that we get a lamp back. So we can do that with the belt here. and that could load into a chest, and we grab it from a chest. And then we say this one, don't insert if everything is greater than 5. And then we have an outserter for only the lamps. And that will put it back in here. Twitch was picturing. You can do that with Twitch. I know you're still in the rank up because I think you're all capped at 75 XP. So you would have to give me money, which you can't do because I haven't unlocked that. So, you know, you're shit out of luck. I am using YAFC for factory planning, yet another Factorio planner. And I'm going to put the link into once Nightbot wakes up, it should post a link in it. There you go, YAFC CE, and it can be found on that link. And that is the planner that I use. Yet another Factorio calculator, Community Edition 2.13. It's outside of the game and not a mod of the game in the game itself. All right, so we need another. Oh, really? When the audio is automatically for Twitch? That's interesting. So we need to bring in lamps. Almost. And they're inserted into this chest if there's less than 5 in here. And then we output the lamps that potentially get brought back in and put it in here. Yeah, the number is based on activity, but it caps out at 75 for chat messages. So, you know, that's what we've noticed. I don't know. I can't change it. Can't really do much about it. So, yeah, you're forever number 2 now. And we're still missing a normal pipe here. All right, with that, we have hydrogen chloride completed. And we're going to work on creating refined syngas. So for that, we first make zinc chloride out of zinc plates and hydrogen chloride. And I don't think we need zinc plates for anything else. So we just bring them down here and make some zinc chloride. And then I don't even... No, I have to bring it out here because it's going to be used for something else as well. So here we make zinc chloride. Yeah, you're just locked in. The funny thing is also whoever is first doesn't mean they stay first. You can like nab it from them, even though you all have 75 XP. So yeah. And let's split this and say output to the right only zinc. Let's get that glass away from here. Actually, that's not a good way to do it. Let's not filter. We want to do it this way. So the zinc goes here, and the glass goes here. And then we can... oh, no, they're connected. So we have to go one down and then do this. So the zinc goes here, comes down, and then we bridge this, and then the glass comes down here. What a spaghetti mess. Get monetized so I can be petty on these streams. Give me another 840 subscribers, and then I probably still won't do it, but yeah, that's the minimum criteria. Or, you know, I start uploading shorts and get like 10 million views in like a month or something ridiculous. All All right, so we're producing hydrogen in here, and I think I'm using that hydrogen somewhere else. Where are we using hydrogen? Oh, we're nowhere using the hydrogen, so we can just make that go away because we don't need it. This should be the perfect ratio here. Why are you not working? Do you use out of saline water? How are you out of saline water? Did I turn the wrong pipe by accident? No. So why are you out of saline water? We have saline water here. Oh my god, I ran over a random pipe. That will do it. Now we have saline water again. And now we should be making zinc chloride and throw away the hydrogen that's produced here. So that is done. So for the raw fiber, we need to make a bunch of raw fiber, not just for the coal dust, but also for making fiber in the ball mill. So we just need 6 wood processing units for that, and making raw wood or cut wood into raw fiber. So that will be the next step. And we're going to pull that back a bit, and we put it where we need it. We bring the wood over here. And put down our wood processing units. I made 6, so perfect. Get out of the way, tree. There you go, all 6, and you make raw fiber from wood, because I haven't started with kickalks just yet. We do 3 this way, 3 this way, and we meet in the middle with a belt that has it on both sides. Good, wood comes in here. Yeah, I'm gonna split it because we do have other uses for the wood to power one more burn assembly machine. And then they need power as well. So let's give that to them. All right. Fiber we have. And with that raw fiber, we take 1 high pressure furnace to make coal dust out of them. So high pressure furnace is here. And we take that one, get out of the way, tree. And we take that one, there's another tree. Okay, let's turn our tree decimator on again. So they get destroyed, because they're also hard to see. Where was it? High pressure furnace. And we make, where is it? Coal dust. Coal dust out of raw fiber. And you could, in theory, take up 2 per second, so I give you 3 inserters. And power we get from this side. Then you output coal dust. So we have coal dust up here. I need to kind of move it around a bit so it... I installed a mod like that lets me move them around, which is much nicer than having to actually put it in my inventory and then move that. So we're going to do this. We're going to put it here into the warehouse, and we say you, or the storehouse, you insert into the storehouse at 4 per second. I mean, we're not going to use 4 per second, but it's faster than what we currently are producing. Anyway, these will only insert if everything is less than 50. Okay, maybe not that way. But they got the everything less than 50 one, so that should only be working if there's less than 50 in here, and we're going to use these here first. And put these here on the inside. Yeah, we can actually put that below. Oh, yeah, I don't want to. We do that below here. They have their filters enabled, and we grab from here. Actually, we do this, and then we need to all hook them up again, and there we go. Now we take these four and put them here again for output. Now we have the coal dust in a more compact form, and I'm going to give back all the coal dust that I just picked up. And that should give us plenty of coal dust. We also need this here, the raw fiber for something else. So with that, we got the raw fiber done, we got the coal dust done, and the coal dust in this warehouse here comes actually from all the way over here, where I stopped it for some time, the output of the coal dust, and then I just moved it over, and now it's running back as usual again with burning it as a preferred fuel. Now the next thing we're going to work on is already activated carbon. So we actually need that sodium hydroxide. Do we produce enough sodium hydroxide? Yeah, we overproduce sodium hydroxide. And we need it for microfiber as well. So we can use that sodium hydroxide, and whatever is left over, we will then burn. Yeah, 0.77 per second. So let's bring that sodium hydroxide over here as well. It's going to be very spaghetti-like. So we turn that belt around. And go under here. Oh, we almost can make it. We go here, and the wood goes here, and the glass comes here. And then we can put the raw fiber here as well. So in order to make activated carbon, we need another high pressure furnace. And we can probably fit it right here. And that one will make activated carbon. There you go, activated carbon. We still need nitrogen, which I think we need a filter for that. For nitrogen, we need a filter, pressurized air. No, we actually need 2 DDCs and pressurized air to make that. So did I build 2 DDCs? No, I did not. Can we build them? We can build 1, and then we need small parts. All right, let's plan for 2. But the nitrogen then comes here. And that produces all kinds of nitrogen, like good nitrogen and like the dirty nitrogen. Those can stay together. I mean, ideally, I would rotate that. So they're actually the same. Oxygen comes out here, nitrogen comes out here, and the oxygen will be avoided. We don't need that. We also need a bunch of more pipes. And then we also get, stop doing that. Their reach is annoying because they're going to try to build all of this here. Maybe I use the nanobots who have a shorter reach. Then the actual nitrogen we want, let's put that on, let's put that as second one. As the second one, that's fine. This is what we actually want to get out of here. And so we actually put that on the other side, get it from the other side. And we got coal bed methane extractor researched. Also an important thing for us soon. Not the coal bed methane extractor itself, but the technologies we are getting soon with regards to oil. So we really want to get to petroleum gas processing to get heavy oil from oil. And then later we go to oil sands extraction, which also lets us get heavy oil. Why do we care about heavy oil? Well, currently our sink processing over here needs heavy oil in this step to work. And right now the only way we get heavy oil is by the shale oil here, and that only works if stone is flowing and being used. Well, as you can see right now, no stone used, no kerogen produced, and therefore we don't get any heavy oil. So that will be another step that we have to look into, the heavy oil usage. So do we need coal dust for anything but activated carbon? I don't think so, because we produce 1.4 and it's used here. So we don't really need to bring it any further than here. How much do you use? 7.5 per second. That is a lot. Actually, maybe we just bring it over here. And do we actually the wrong side around? And the question is, do we actually need these 7.5? No, we only need 1.4 per second, but you know, we just give him the inserters. The nitrogen also needs power, so we shall give it to it. So the thing is, we get real nitrogen out here, right? After we hook up the pressurized air, which we need a, where is it? Hey, we have secondary crushers and automated screeners as well. I think I might need them here, but we also need some of them in our build. I thought I made some. I guess the answer is no, or I used them for something else in crafting. So we need a pressure pump that makes pressurized air. And that goes in here. And that gives us nitrogen, oxygen, which we void, but also it gives us nitrogen contaminant. And we put that into a filter to get actual nitrogen out of it. Right? Did we not research that yet? That could be. Oh yeah, so we need to research that. That is after the evaporator. Okay. So we can, after the next research, put a filter here and purify that nitrogen in order to get more pure nitrogen out of this dirty nitrogen, which we will do. Otherwise, we need like a ton more DDCs, and there's no point in building a ton of DDCs if we can just put one filter there and get rid of the entire problem. Now we need power here again. And then the nitrogen out, we put the nitrogen out of the filter somewhere here. There we go. And for the dirty one, we put it here, so we kind of know that that is the pipe we're going to use. All right, that leaves us the activated carbon. The nitrogen is done. So we need nitrogen up here as well, but I can mark that as done. So we do need nitrogen somewhere else as well. So I'm going to put that on our little belt, or our little place where we have all the ingredients here, a little main bus. Now, you need zinc chloride, sodium hydroxide, and nitrogen. Sodium hydroxide is here. Zinc chloride is down here. And we can just go under here. And bring it up this way. And yeah, right next to the coal dust is fine. And how much of that do we potentially need? 0.5, so one inserter is more than plenty. And then we need sodium hydroxide and nitrogen. So sodium hydroxide is here. We can get that also with the long-handed inserter. And you need potentially 1 per second, so we need a second one for this. And we do need sodium hydroxide later again. So we will keep dragging this along, and also we need nitrogen later, so we will bring that along as well. We need glass, we need this, and the ore. And then we underground this, so we can squeeze that in here. The syngas. And then the last one is the organic solvent. There we go. Good, so we have everything in our little bus, and funny that we need a pump here. At least it's very convenient down here because we have easy access to electricity. But that gives us activated carbon, and we kind of want to bring that also onto the bus. 1.25 per second. So we use 2 of them. That will output it for us. And we bring it up here over our little mini bus here. All right, what are you still missing? Nitrogen, right. And you're not working because of mispressurized air, because I need a pressurized or pressure pump. But otherwise, we're done with this. We're done with activated carbon. And the next thing we need to do is filter syngas with activated carbon to get refined syngas. So we should have that recipe already. And yeah, refined syngas from activated carbon. We input the syngas up here. Where's the syngas? Syngas is on a lane that it can't occupy. That's fine. You just get this lane. Where the power is, not a problem. And I am out of pipe. I'm out of iron now. Should have restocked on more iron before I came over here. But that gives us refined syngas as soon as I bring the activated carbon over. And we bring that, well, ideally before here. And then you need 0.25 activated carbon. That's what you get. And some power, and there we go. We have refined syngas. And the output here is much more convenient. So we do this. Activated carbon goes down here. And our refined syngas goes out here to the mining. Now let's bring that forward. We still need glass. Also activated carbon we want to put onto the bus. So let's put that as output to do. And stop that. I'm running out of underground pipes as well at a record pace. We still need the wood. We still need these 2. And that gives us refined syngas. Great. So with these things, with the drill heads and refined syngas, we already can start mining. So I'm going to bring the pressure pump over and restock so we can actually start mining. So we don't waste time just building here, but we actually can start mining. In the meantime, I already hand built a lot of things, and yeah, we're almost finished here. We only need 224 more entities for everything here to be finished and operational. The mine up here, one train track is fully operational. All the mines, like, you know, all the mines that are necessary to fill these belts are operational. And so we're good to go on that front. And next up, currently the biggest problem for our science is tin. So we might do the next thing on rails, the new tin processing. And for that, we need coke oven gas to make hot air. We need borax, and then we can make the tin. So I think this is the next big train build that we're going to do. But as soon as we have niobium, we have logistic bots as well. Or we can start building logistics bots. So it would make sense that we also focus a bit on making logistics bots. While I'm here, I'm also going to pick up some duralumin and some simple circuit boards, and we can craft things that are required and still missing for the build up there. Like, we need a bunch more actually tanks, and for that we need lead. So I'm going to pick up, yeah, that's all of our lead, because all the lead is going into solder. Actually, these boxes are full. That would explain why there's no lead coming out at all. I mean, they did last for a long time. But yeah, we have actually, lead is full here, but nothing's coming out. And we have the same issue with these here. So we are gonna put some new boxes here. How's titanium looking? Probably not as bad. Oh, pretty bad. Why is there a second one? Anyway, we replace one chest. We can place two chests, actually. And don't worry about the ash for a very long time again. Good that I checked the lead. And while we're here, I pick up all the lead here. And then we hopefully can make more storage tanks. We're already out of duralumin again. But the storage tanks I made, I'm going to put in here for the bots to place and get our stations up and running. So we still have these. We still want like 300 of these. How's Insertus looking? Very dire. We get those as well. Belts, a few more. Undergrounds. I should fix the ash. I mean, those took like forever to be a problem, and I could put them on our ash belt here, but it's just not worth the effort if they run full like every, 60 hours or something like that. By the next time these run full, I hope I'm off of everything down here that is doing tin, copper, titanium, and stuff like that. And I'm actually providing all of these on trains right now. How's our light oil looking? Awful. Gasoline is looking very good. That's nice. Aromatics also looking very good. It's probably because science is pretty behind because we're short on tin. And then, yeah, organic solvent is also looking good. Let's get a little bit more copper. How's our aluminum looking? Good. Our steel could be a bit better. And then, yeah, let's build a pressure pump. We can't because we're... did I not pick up iron? That is embarrassing. That was the most important thing we came here for. So, one pressure pump. One DDC. What is the other things we can't build? Okay, this one, gearboxes, stone. All right, we should be good. Let's head back and finish niobium, hopefully. Yeah, we just need the pressure pump to get started with the mining. And once the mining kicks in, we hopefully are done with the actual mining procedure, or the refining procedure of niobium, so we can start casting as soon as the first ore arrives. Now the long walk back. We picked up some ash. We still have some coal dust in our inventory, which we want to get rid of. Our augs still working fine. Actually, I want to look at how many Rauk Mark IIs we have, because I think we bred quite a few by now. There actually was a little issue in the original design, so I fixed that since the last stream as well. We can look down there in a second once I'm where they are. Or back at our current work site. All right, let's look at the Raux Mark II. How many do we have? We have 52 Rauk Mark IIs already. So the breeding's going pretty well. And yeah, I did this with a chest so we insert the Rauks into a chest, and they also get grabbed back here to be reused, and only when there's more than one in here. So if there's 2 Rauks in here, we grab it to make more eggs. And that seems to have worked just fine, because we have 52 sitting in here. Very nice. At some point I need to go down there and improve, like put them actually into the machines. But for now, not a problem. All right, so we should now get refined syngas any second now. Any second get refined carbon, because it gets the nitrogen. And soon it gets much more when we have the filtration. Speaking of filtration, while we do not actually have filtration, we need to vent this. First activated carbon at 118 hours and 35 minutes. Probably not a speed record, but I'm pretty happy with how we are progressing. While we're waiting for this to be created, I'm just gonna draw this up to the belt. So we have it on the main bus as ingredient. I have to check where we actually are. It's pretty thick by now. So organic solvent is up here. Yeah, so we need to go here and draw that as a line. I don't think our bus will go for that long. I think we're going to terminate it, or at least pull everything down here into chests soon to have access to it for the logistics network. But for that, yeah, let's finish Niobium. Let's get started with crafting our first logistics robots, and then we go from there. All right, refined syngas. There's no syngas because this is too far. And you need a pump here, really? The irony. All right, refined syngas. We have refined syngas. And does it mean you start mining now? We are mining. Why are you not mining? Oh, not enough mining fluid yet, but we're officially mining niobium. All right, so the ore is going to come down here. Now let's take a look at what we have to do next. We want to make filtration media so we can actually filter the nitrogen out with this one here. So with the filter needs filtration media so we can get the nitrogen out. It's also useful in other places. So is it cheating? Is I use time tools mod to speed up time? No, not at all. I mean, it's your game. You can do whatever you want with it. Especially in the beginning, I think it can be oftentimes where you just have to wait for things or things go slow. So I don't think it's, I don't really care about when people say, oh, this is cheating or something like that. I don't think it makes sense to call it that. Because it's your game, it's there to be enjoyed and not, like you're not doing a speed run or something like that. All right, so we have stone, gravel into sand, and we get later some stone and some gravel and some sand out as well. So we want to keep that in mind, that we have potentially an influx of stone, gravel, and sand that we want to prioritize. So let's first start with the jaw crushers from stone into sand and go from there. Also, yeah, the filtration media. Actually, let's build from the top. Let's make the burner assembly machine that makes the filtration media first. And we put that here so we can get the fuel. Actually, this is the last time we actually need wood. So we can just terminate it here. There we go. And we make filtration media. And we need gravel, pure sand, activated carbon, microfiber, and glass. Anything we already have here, glass. So this is where glass goes. Actually, let's put that to the side. This is where glass goes, and this is where wood goes. And these are the last destinations. And so you hop across. And then we need gravel, pure sand, activated carbon, microfiber. So we actually need the activated carbon again up here. And I accidentally disconnected that. Make sure I don't do that. So we do need the activated carbon again, and we can just bring it down here and move this down by 1 or 2 actually. And then we don't have to worry about it, we just squeeze it in. Good, activated carbon is provided as well. So we need to make gravel, pure sand, and microfiber. So the next thing to do microfiber, we need sodium hydroxide and fiber. In order to make fiber, we need raw fiber in a ball mill. So let's make this fiber now. And we need the raw fiber for that. How much can you intake? 3 inserters worth. And then we also get biomass, which we also need to burn as well. How much do we at? 0.19. Did I do anything with it? No. I think 1 burner should be enough to deal with that. I think I need stone for that. So let's get 1 burner here. The inserter says we only want biomass to be inserted here. And then you just burn it. And we need water as well. Can I make a water well? I can make exactly 1. So we put that up here and connect that. There we go. So the biomass should be burned. Should no longer be an issue. We also need to void the output in an exhaust pipe. And that should be good. And then we get good old fiber instead of raw fiber. And with that fiber, we can make, in addition to sodium hydroxide, we can make in a pulp mill microfiber. So where's our sodium hydroxide? Here. We can kind of sneak around here. Not like that. Not that it matters, but looks ugly. And then we take the pulp mill and make microfiber. And we directly get the inputs here. You need 0.5 fiber, so 1 is enough. And 0.37 sodium hydroxide. So that's also enough to make 0.25 microfiber. Get some electricity. And here we go. We got microfiber set up for this as well. Now we're dealing with all of the sand, the gravel, etc. So we need 1 per second gravel here. And then, do we need gravel again? Oh, and to make sand out of it and do sand washing. So we go stone to gravel to sand to pure sand. And then we figure out how we deal with the incoming byproducts as well. All right, let's put that down here. We don't need to put that into a separate location. We have the jaw crushers. So first jaw crusher comes here and it takes stone to gravel. And then we directly input that into the gravel crusher, which gives us sand. And then we have a washer, which gives us pure sand. Right? And you crush gravel into sand. Now we also output gravel here onto the belt, because we need that as an input here. And this belt will bring in gravel that is produced later down the road from the fine breaking of niobium, and it has priority because it's already on the belt when inserters try to insert that. Now this one gives us sand, goes straight into this. What is this? 4 per second. So stone comes in here. And where we have stone. Stone is like all the way in the beginning still. I think we have 1 lane left, and that's through here. We just go underground all the way till we're out of the mess. Another underground. And then we just come down here with the stone, and this is the primary stone. And we also get another stone from the crushing, and so the input priority will be left from the secondary that we get from crushing. So we can produce take 4 per second, so that's like 5 inserters, and output 3 per second. So that's 4 inserters-ish, and you can produce 3 per second. You can take 2.5 per second. So 4 inserters will do that as well as maximum throughput. You also need water, which we have up here. So you need an underground belt here. And bring the water through to this side. And then the muddy sludge we just get rid of, because there's no real advantage to deal with the muddy sludge at this point. Good, so we still have excess sodium hydroxide, so we actually want to use a splitter here. And output priority is left to this, but we still have sodium hydroxide to get rid of. So that will be burned in the end. Just like with excess stone. Do we have excess stone? We produce 0.27, but we need 3.99. So we don't have excess stone. We do not have excess gravel, and sand is, produced just for us. So that is not an issue. Biomass is taken care of. And yeah, the sodium hydroxide is the only thing that needs to be burned, it looks like. So we can put a burner actually. Let's do it this way. And put this here, and then we can just put a burner right here to burn this with the fuel here. We have an output for ash here, an input here. So hopefully that burns enough. We will give you a faster inserter, and we produce how much sodium hydroxide? We produce 1 sodium hydroxide per second. So 1 of these inserters should be enough. Output priority is always down here. Then we give you power, and all should be good. All right, yeah, you don't have power, this is great. Stone is crushed, but we need power for that as well. That gives us gravel and then pure sand, right? Yep, you will also want the pure sand. As an input. This can output 2 per second. Yeah, let's just give it all the imports. Yeah, this one is crafting way faster than we can insert, but let's give it yellow inserters. Might as well. See if we can make it insert a bit faster. So what are you missing? You are missing pure sand. You have enough activated carbon. It's actually... It is stacking up, I think. Yeah, you can see some activated carbon in here. So that is our filtration media. Now we need to get it out of here. And we do that up here. Send it across. And there we go, filtration media. Actually, we need it down here, but we will also send it outwards for export. There we go. Good. So if you look at YAFC, we have this whole thing here done. We got the gravel done, sand washing done. We have fiber, we got microfiber, and with that we made filtration media. Now we can actually go to the niobium ore, the real reason we are here. The first step is to crush the niobium ore in a jaw crusher. And speaking of, it's a bit quiet, so let's put on some music in the background, shall we? All right, also one thing I want to make sure of, that the stone is on the top side and the gravel doesn't really matter, but you know what? We will put everything onto the top side. So that makes it easier. We don't need as much gravel. We only need about, how much does it say? We only need about 2 per second, so easily doable on a half belt. Sand as well, so we don't need to deal with the issue of, like, you know, which side does this inserter grab first, and does that backlog? Potentially, no, we just go for one side and then there is no question about it. Good, so first, the ore comes in. I forgot. Oh, we already have ore. This is the ore. I didn't even recognize it. So we do have ore already here. And this goes down to a radar. So we're going to cut it off here. And connect it from down there, because that is much cleaner. And also isn't in the way of our build. And it even connects with one belt. So here we have the niobium ore finally. And the first thing we do with it, we crush it. And that's quartz. Crush niobium ore. We can do 2.85 per second. So that's 4 inserters, I believe, worth. Yeah, it's actually 5 inserters, because 4 are 2.8 instead of 8.5. So we want to make sure we crush everything as fast as we can. And here we get stone and niobium powder. So we're going to take that stone out right here. Actually, right here. And it will be on the correct side. How much stone do we get? 0.58. So here you go. Go here, actually. And 1.42 niobium powder. The niobium powder goes straight into a ball mill. So we're going to do direct insertion into the ball mill, and the ball mill gives us gravel. There we go. Here we go. We get 2 inserters full, and we are crushing fine breaking of niobium ore. Get some power. And there we go, I can empty it. And here we get 2 of the crushed or the whatever refined niobium and 0.4 gravel. Oh, you need a filter, I just realized. Oh yeah, thank you very much. I just made a whoopsie and put niobium ore on here as well, so I'm just gonna clean that up, or niobium dust, or whatever the fine parts are. And that gives us gravel, so gravel we put on this belt to make it easy. We just feed it down here. And you output 0.4 gravel per second. There we go. Now back to Yask. So we're done with this. The next one is put it in a classifier and we get sand out of it. And that sand actually we're gonna burn as well. So where's my classifier? Classifier goes right next to it to make niobium concentrate. This outputs 2 per second. Need 3 inserters. Give you some power. And sand. Also, you need a gravel filter. Always forgetting the filters. Wait, you still? No, now it should be gravel. Anything in here that shouldn't be? No. Actually, we could bring the sand down here and wash it. Yeah, let's do that. Might as well, so we don't have to burn it. One less thing to burn. How much sand do we produce? 0.5 per second. How's there niobium oh, it outputs it here. I see. I was like, why is a niobium concentrate on the ground? That explains it. I didn't even see that there was an output there. In that case, niobium concentrate goes here at 2.5 per second. I don't know why this one has an output here, but so be it. And then here goes the sand. And what we're gonna do here is, how much do you produce? 0.5 per second. What we do here is we put on these 2, and we say if anything is greater than 4, actually less than 4, be enabled. But if there's more than 4 sand in here, in these 2, don't work and wait until these are inserted. So that is our... Yeah. Hey, Javier. An update of what's going on. We are playing Pyanodons mod, and this is Factorio Pyanodons after about 120 hours of gameplay. It's the biggest mod for Factorio, so it's expected to take us maybe another 900 hours to finish the game. We just started, we just got to logistics science here, and this is the entire base we need to get to green science, logistics science. So sorry, I just saw that. Too late, hope you're still here. We're just in the process to get our first train bases set up. We are very close to getting niobium, which is required to build logistics robots. And yeah, that's our goal right now. Getting to logistics robots, getting into heavy oil or oil and bitumen refining in general, and getting our stuff onto rails. Hope that is a good summary for you. All right, sand goes in here. So you are not working because you're blocked. Very good. So niobium concentrate, done. Now comes the harder part. That was annoying to deal with, the organic solvent. We had to make that first. So we need a chemical plant with organic solvent, hydrogen chloride, and the niobium concentrate. So do I still have another chemical plant? I do. And how much does it output? 2.5 per second. So we just get 3 inserters on this. And you will be making a niobium complex. So for that we need organic solvent. And did I bring the hydrogen chloride here as well? I put it down here and somewhere in the middle and forgot about it. So we're gonna go below everything for the hydrogen chloride. And that's gonna be fine. Just come from this side. The space down here is like as long as we want it to be. The space to the side is always more important, and we could reorganize this to go further downwards, but you know, that's small things right now. Oops, save screwed me up here. There we go. Hydrogen chloride is in here. Now we only need the organic solvent, which is hiding somewhere here on this lane. And there we go, we are making niobium complex. Now with the niobium complex done, we now need another chemical plant to add nitrogen to it to make niobium oxide. So I need to make a chemical plant. I don't have one on me. So another chemical plant, make niobium oxide, and we need nitrogen. Actually, I didn't. Oh, I did remember that we need to bring it. Maybe I did. We need to kind of weave the belt a bit because I want this as an output. Do you reach that far? No. So we do this one. There we go. Is nitrogen below? It's below. You can go down here and connect the nitrogen. This is called Nanobots. Nanobot termite bots and Nanobot construction bots. And yeah, those spawn these green dots, these green, you know, spawners here, and they will cut down the trees for you. Nanobots. And they're like one form of early bots. I like those particularly. Good. You need more nitrogen and niobium complex. How much do you oh, that is liquid, right? Perfect. So I don't even need to worry about inserters. And we're just waiting for nitrogen, and we have niobium oxide, which produces at 2.85 per second. So that is 4 inserters worth of. And we just keep it on one side. That actually, let's put it on both sides so it can stack up more should we have a buffer of it. And with the niobium oxide done, we only need 2 electrolyzers and salt to make niobium plates. I do have the 2 electrolyzers. Actually, let's put them down here, might as well. To make niobium plates. And where's my salt? Didn't I bring salt in here somewhere as well? I guess I didn't bring it down yet, which is fine. We need it all the way back here anyway. So let's bring it down. And you need 2.5 per second? No, you need 5.71 per second. Oh yeah, we only need 1.03 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. That should be enough for how much we actually produce. And then 1.71 input, which is 3 inserters worth. We're not going to produce as much. Mostly we're limited by the 4 I'm going to turn this around, by the 4 miners we use. And that is how much we get. It's like 1.3 per second, and that is good for now. And we can always scale it, and then ideally we scale it on the belt. On the rails, I mean. Here's the salt, and yeah, I just didn't bring it down yet. So that's not a problem. Yeah, I spent the time between streams to get all of these belts back over here. Took quite a while. I think I spent like an hour or 2 just doing that and fixing random stuff in the base. Let's make sure that these are all turned around. They actually bring the salt down to where we want it. It's just easier to drag it because the length is exactly as long as our belts are, the spaces in between here. So I can just drag over it and it does the automatic proper spacing. Now with that, it gets a little tight around here, but we make 1.14 niobium plate. This is on this side. This is our output niobium plate. And we put that on the belt as well, on the main bus, but very important, we're gonna snag a bit for our personal use, maybe 1 stack. So you're not working because nitrogen, but everything else should be working as expected. Let's bring the filtration media up here. As another ingredient on our main bus. Our ginormous main bus. I just need to see activated carbon. I think we want to put that one onto the main bus as well. So let's see. Let's make sure we don't actually accidentally use the same lane. And it helps to connect that. So speaking of activated carbon, what do we actually need it for? We need it for filtration media. We need it for refined syngas. Syngas from flue gas, organic solvent down the road. Archicelli. I think we don't need to bring it onto... And first Niobium plate at 119 hours and 7 minutes. Let's go. Yeah, I don't think we need to bring it onto the bus. That doesn't make any sense. The usage is too limited, so we just bring it here. And where do we have the activated carbon? Even here. Goes up here. Yeah, I think we scrapped this idea. And don't do this. What we do instead is delete this lane and make you go here. Boom. I hate when it does that. Okay, let's just do the delete method. There we go. So filtration media is on the belt activated carbon. We just keep local. It's not very important that we have it somewhere on the belt, on the main bus. And that gives us niobium plates, the first 10, and they stack to 100. Well, let's give us 2 stacks. And yeah, with that, we can say we have made niobium. Now let's see construction robots. What do we need? And we got coal bed gas and titanium tetrachloride researched. We got a coal bed extractor, which can give us syngas and other gases, but at the cost of very high oxygen usage. And oxygen means a lot of electricity generally. Even these output oxygen, but yeah, they might consume less, but they're just a ton more buildings. So I think the way to produce, the 200 oxygen necessary for the electrolyzer to make hydrogen and oxygen from water is the way to go, and that costs a lot of electricity. So coal bed, we have to see if and how we're gonna use it. So in this case, I give that back to you. Why are you not producing, by the way? Who is using activated carbon? You are. Take 100. You're just slow and pure sand, but we don't need as much anyway. Take this and the rest we throw away. Actually, we just put a chest there and let it insert. Problem solved. So once nitrogen stage 2 is complete, we can set up this filter. It's still going to take half an hour, so we're not going to worry about it. We put it as to do though. Nitrogen filter for niobium. Otherwise, we make way too little nitrogen to actually produce our stuff here. See, we're waiting on nitrogen. The build works at the 1.18 per second once we have the nitrogen. All right, what else did we unlock in the meantime? What's the last one missing here? It's fine. It's like finding Waldo, which is we got all of them here. Here we got iron niobium alloy, which is iron and niobium plate. We got tin chromium alloy, chromium and tin, and duralumin with the molten casting recipe, which is going to be amazing. That stuff, all the alloy casting and stuff like that, we want to put on trains and use the most efficient way of casting possible. We got a compressor. We got lead antimony alloy with molten lead, and Nexilite antimony alloy, which is Nexilite plates and antimony oxide made in a smelter. All right, research-wise, we get nitrogen 2. We go to petroleum gas processing to get heavy oil. Next step is methanol processing, so we can, in theory, get refined syngas easier. We have an option to do that. We also get methanol from methane. from copper, titanium tetrachloride, or other sources like zinc, copper, and syngas. We'll see if we're going to go the refined syngas through methanol route or not. After that, propene to get to lubricant. Why lubricant? Lubricant is very annoying to make. Olefins and oleochemicals, they're unconventional to make. You need like lard and stuff, but why we want to really go for them is because we're playing with loaders. And these loaders only work if you supply lubricant to them. So 0.1 lubricant per minute is required to operate the loaders. That kind of balances them to not be too easy. So you still have a challenge in A, supplying them with lubricant, and B, the routing of the lubricant as well. So every station now needs an additional lubricant drop-off area. But yeah, that is coming. We even can get red loaders, it seems. No, they actually have more dependencies. Yeah, it's not quite the right research because it depends on logistics 2, which is pi science 2, but that is fine. Actually, it depends on chemical science as well. Interesting. Cool, but yeah, loaders is the first thing. Next big thing we want to get to make loading and unloading much faster into warehouses. We're still going to use inserters to load into train. We're not going to use loaders for that, but just warehousing will become much easier with that. Especially when we're starting to make 15 per second iron, steel, tin, stuff like that. You don't want to have a ton of inserters trying to shove that into a warehouse. It's easier just to have one belt that straight goes into the warehouse. All right, next up is logistics bots. In order to make them, we need steam engines, which we can make, batteries, which we have, nichrome, that's what we need to make. Intermetallics we have, gearboxes we have, simple circuit boards we have, belt, small parts, plastic bar, niobium, and solder we have as well. So the next thing to do is nichrome. It's actually made in a high pressure furnace. Chromium, nickel, and nitrogen. And we already experienced the nitrogen part of this. So let's work on that next. And then leading into the logistics Pyanobots Mark 1. Finally at logistics bots, right? Simon was complaining that I was talking about being close to them and not make any progress in the last 2 streams because we were focusing on all the rail stuff here, which is still not fully operational. That's my goal probably between streams, just to finish all of this up and then we can start using it in one of the following streams. But for now, I'm going to take a quick break, and then next up we will deal with nichrome and the logistics Pyanobots. Don't go anywhere. See you in a minute. And I am back. All right, let's get started with this whole nichrome thing. Very expensive. 8 chromium plates and 10 nickel plates and a bunch of hydrogen for 1 nichrome. So let's go to Yafk and plan real quick the nichrome. So I don't know if we want to shoot for 1 per second in the beginning. That might be a lot. 10 plates of nickel and 8 per chromium. I don't think we can do that reasonably. So 5 and 4. Let's do 2 high pressure furnaces, which is probably 0.75, 0.8 maybe. Yeah, let's just put 2 high pressure furnaces down to make these. And we use nitrogen. Not from, actually we can make nitrogen straight from bitumen. That is interesting. But we will do fractional distillation, distillation, and we would need 20 DDCs for that. But thank God we have filters, and we can filter the nitrogen contaminant into real nitrogen. So we only need 3 DDCs and 2 filters for that. So let's get started with the high pressure furnaces. And that's why I exported the filtration media. Good, high pressure furnaces. Can I make 2? I can make 2. And let's destroy all these trees here. They're in the way. And make some more of the nanobot termite bots to eviscerate this forest here. That's preventing us from growing properly. There we go. Kill them all. There we go. Looks so much cleaner instantly. Good. 2 high pressure furnaces that we're going to put below each other. And they will be making nichrome. And they need 3.2 and 4. So I think we need yellow inserters for this now. Are we out of duralumin? We're out of duralumin. So 4, 1, 2, 3. So we need 6 inserters per. And 1 will be a long-handed. And 1 will be short. Actually, let's move them to the bottom, like they are here. Cancel these for now. The inserters are more important. And we still need 2 more, but those will be coming. And it doesn't really matter which one is which. We have 3 inserters per anyway. Which can do 3.6. Actually, that's not enough then, so we need... Let's let the nanobots do that. We need 4 for nickel. And 3 for chromium. So let's get nickel first, I guess. And don't put down these belts. We don't need them. Nickel might still be quite a ways back, so we have to bring it forward. And we're going to use the help of the crawdad to get us moving a bit faster than just walking. It is very terrifying because it does so much damage. If you run into a building, it's probably gone. So there we go. Okay, we're probably too high. Where is nickel? I don't even know when we would have nickel used the last time. Okay, I found the perfect spot, exactly where it is. And we are here at the intermetallics. Let's go back there and bring nickel back. Not that nickel back. but our nickel plates over here. Speaking of, these all need power. Let's give it to them. And this obviously also needs power. So there we go. Not too close to the nitrogen though. Let's add the nitrogen real quick. It's gonna come from below. Somewhere here. And yeah, so this is the nickel. So I'm gonna run all the way back. And hopefully the nitrogen finishes. Right now we're doing a solid 9 signs per minute, 8 signs per minute. So the question is, does that hold for the next, 15 to 20 minutes? Or yeah, this is running right now, which is great. We are short on tin, and that is the primary reason why our science isn't going full steam ahead. But that is one of the next things we will solve on trains then. We only need like a few more key researches, and then it's full steam ahead on trains. So here is nickel. I'm gonna go back a bit further and get more resources for fast inserters, speaking mostly of duralumin, which is right here. So we don't have to go far. And we have a ton of it. It's backing up. We have 3 smelters producing it. Not a problem. What do we say here? About here is where we need to go up. So behold the crawdad. Our new, let's call it Dinomobile, which will destroy everything in its path, but it's fast. So we'll take the risk. It also destroys rocks, which makes it really, really great. Much better than a car for putting down these belts. And it looks funny. If you look at it, I think the animation is great. That was, okay, just an underground belt. I thought that was the pump. That would have hurt much more if that would have been the pump. Is this nickel? Here's nickel. Yep, that is nickel. And we continue. Good thing that underground belts and splitters don't count as collisions for vehicles. Otherwise, that will be unnavigatable. There we go. Making good progress. And okay, I thought I was out of belt. I'm almost out of belt, but we might yet make it. Is this all water here? Let's get rid of all this water. Nope, we're not gonna make it. Oh my god, that was so scary. More water. Oh, it didn't reach. Slow navigating. How much marsh is here? Jesus. It is annoying. It's soon time to... Now we're out of belt. How far did we make it? That is the question. We made it to chromium. Or to the chromium field. What is this? Workers' food. We're not too far away from where there are belts. Is there progression for mounts? That is a good question. Yeah, there's mount stage 2, which gives you a Dingrido. And then you get a Mecha Sungror, which looks like a spider, but oh my god, these ingredients. Nanofibrils, neuromorphic chips, dielectric layers, mechanical parts 3, energy shield mark 2, power armor, high-grade lead, molten Nexilid, artificial blood. Jesus, it's gonna be an investment to make those. And then the Phadesis, which looks like it's flying. But yeah, that is utility science pack ingredients. So yeah, there's progression. I have no idea how long it's going to take us to get there, to be perfectly honest. It's going to be a while. All right, I need to check where my belts are made, right in front of us. And I'm going to get off here because I will otherwise probably destroy half the base. Also, welcome, Gerbold. How you doing? Do we take all of them? Yeah, we need them. And let's run back. I mean, I can't wait to have the flying one. That sounds like really amazing. And the mecha one seems to be something like a Spidertron. So I think that will be cool once we get to those. The question is, will I ever use one of those again? Because once we transition to a train base, I usually just have my private train. I ran too far. I just have a private train that drives me everywhere because I don't walk anymore. Maybe the flying one will change that. And I love running around with spider bots, so you know, maybe I will use them. Breakfast with a stream, nice time, very good. Good morning to you then. Hope you have a good breakfast. And I lost where my nickel belt was. This must be the nickel belt. Let's check real quick. Oops, wrong buttons. Yes, this is the nickel belt. Indeed. And we continue. More marsh. There we go. We can take the pointer of where the salt solution is going down is how far we need to go. We're kind of here. Here's niobium, so this is where nickel comes. Can delete those. There we go. Let's reclaim these. Yeah, I went way too far. There we go. Good. Very good. That's nickel. Now we need to find... I should move all those ores. I'm tempted to install ore eraser and just erase the ores. I'm not gonna move them because I built over them like on purpose, and there's so many ores. Like we have tons of ores. I'm gonna build over more, but I was considering getting ore eraser and just removing them, removing the patches. So maybe I do that. I'm not going to move them and put them in a like another position. Like if I would have wanted to mine them, I should have mined them. I might erase them because they look a bit annoying on the map. But it's really not a big deal. I might just leave it. We'll see. But yeah, I'm not going to move them out to here somewhere and move them in a better spot. You know, this not raw Nexilid is lost forever. This iron ore is lost forever. This uranium. It doesn't matter. We have so much more ores right around us. I don't see any reason to move them. Good, next one is chromium. Where is chromium? That is the question. Oh, I have no idea. Must be even further back. Is this chromium? I think this is chromium. Let's see. Chromium, yeah, this is chromium. Let's see, it goes to the fish. All right, let's move. Oh my god. It's so dangerous to run with this one. You need to pay so much attention. And I'm already running in the middle of the belt lane. And I still managed to run into something. Where are we? Fishes are all the way back there. So on we go on our trusty crawdad. A bit further. Oh, it's a paw on the map. How nice. Alright, somewhere here will be the chromium we can pick up, right? We didn't have the good power poles yet. That's right in the middle of everything. Now where's chromium? Here it is, above lamps. Here. Found it. And charge. That was way too close for comfort. I'm surprised I didn't run that power pole down. Whew. I did do evasive maneuvers, but I thought I might have missed that train. I just ran straight into the power pole. At least we have some belt down here already. We already cleaned up one of the stones in the way, very good. Yeah, I did that when I put down the belt for the lamps. I assume. Now, how much swamp will be in the way? I think I already went over most of the swamp area as well, thank God. We're close to the time when, once we have logistics robots, I think I'm going to put the remaining construction pylons up and make all of this connect to us. Or make them, these are micro filters. Make everything be put down as belt. This is nickel, so we can go down here. At least that should be nickel. And hopefully coming to us very soon. How far is it back? Yeah, it's coming. Very good. Now we go down. All right, nichrome. The ingredients are done. We need to get a few more of these. And then it's time to do the nitrogen. We need 3 DDCs and 2 filters. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3 to make us some dirty nitrogen with some good nitrogen added to it. At least that's how it feels. Do we have all the inputs? No, the dirty ones are in between. So we have to space them apart, sadly. All right, nitrogen is here. So we're going to keep it here. Now, air, we feed in from this side as well. We need a pressure pump. And we put it up here. To make pressurized air. power here. Oxygen. We're out of normal pipe. Let's craft some more. Oxygen will be instantly vented. We could reuse the oxygen for coal bed stuff, but yeah, it's 4 per second. It's so immaterial, it doesn't really matter. Now, the last one is the dirty nitrogen, which we will connect to the 3 filters. Did we say 2 or 3 filters? 2 filters. And 98%. So in 35 seconds, we can actually hook them up. And while we're waiting, I'm actually going to go back to the original filter and hook that one up so our Niobium can get kickstarted. Because that is more important. Let me take a sip. No, it stopped right at the last second. Don't die. Research it. 15, 14, 13. Let's go. It's so close. And research. Perfect. There we go. Nitrogen. Now, where do what go? And we're no longer avoiding you. Where does this one go? Wait, how did air get in there? All right, and you have nitrogen. Where's the pure nitrogen one here? There we go. Now we're producing a ton of real nitrogen. And I just had to throw my cat out because he was behind the monitor again. And we can't let that stand. All right, nitrogen being produced here. We should do niobium plates a bit over 1 per second now. And that looks much better. Look at that. That's what I like to see. And we have a bunch here already. They need to go into the bus. And then here we can also set it to nitrogen. We will get the... move one over. Get these here. And why are you not working? You don't have pressurized air. What? I'm confused. Pressurized air. Wait, you make pressurized air from nitrogen contaminate? That's not the one I want. I just want the pressurized air from pressurized air. Yeah, that's much better. I have use for the nitrogen contaminate. Thank you very much. And the output nitrogen from the filters goes here. All right, now we need to bring in the microfiber filters. They're all the way over there. I mean, it's much shorter to just bring them in here than going all the way through the entire bus again. So we shall do that. Bit of spaghetti. I mean, I would be producing enough of them. That is the only downside. We have to see how much we're actually producing. They're just sized for the Niobium production. They should be producing a bit more, though, everything considered. But we'll see. Right now, it's not scaled very much. What's the shortest is pure sand, actually. So, yeah, we'll see how well it's doing. Worst case, we have to scale up the microfiber production separately somewhere. Oh, there's a few coming over. Are you working? You are working. You're just blocked by the nitrogen contaminant. You know, we will do an overflow valve and an exhaust pipe. Because it's better that this one continues. If we don't have enough filters available, then everything completely stops. But it looks like we do have a bunch of filters coming in nonetheless, but it probably can't keep up. How many do we need? We need 0.34 filters per second. We don't get that for sure. So yeah, let's not completely stop it, but continue with what we have. And then best case, you can make 0.4 nichrome per second, which is one normal inserter. I think we keep that on one side. That's much better for everyone. And I need a splitter. So one goes onto the belt. Even though we don't have much of it, and I'm out of underground belts. Anyway, this one goes straight to the production of logistics bots. All right, logistics bots. I think they can be produced in one of these. Yeah, logistics bots. We need a lot of stuff. Steam engines and everything else is what we have on the bus. Plastic bar, small parts, belt we have, gearboxes we have, into metallics, nichrome we just made. So steam engine is the only thing we need to make below. That one needs pipes, small parts, and iron. And you need to make a pipe. And that also needs iron. Do you need iron? No. You actually can offset it by this a bit. So the iron belt can come here. Hopefully. Right, we're out of undergrounds, but iron belt is here. Nichrome feeds into whatever this is. So how many do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 belts. Let's do the niobium. Bring that here and merge it right away. This is one belt, 2, 3, 4. We need another one here. Or here. No, we already have one here. And then we have one here. Okay. So let's build these three. We don't even have the copper to build all three of them. But yeah, logistics bots, we're so close. This time for real. One and A 2. Right, now let's refill. Go back and refill all our resources. Then we need to bring forward all the belts that connect to this. Create first nichrome. Very good, the chromium arrived. And we had enough nitrogen. Very good. And we're making progress on the petroleum gas processing as well. And we're still making a good amount of simple circuit boards as well. So I guess we do have some amount of heavy oil that's produced that lets our nickel, our zinc, be produced meaningfully fast. Our crawdad spawning ground, so to say. Do we have duralumin? We have plenty of duralumin. What are we still missing for this year? Bunch of lead-based stuff. Let's first refill. Still have simple, small parts. How's our normal pipes looking? Bad. These could look better as well. We need underground belts. We need a ton of belts. We don't need as microfiber, moss, ash, coal dust, all that garbage. Iron sticks, logs. We have so much garbage in our inventory. Okay, then some pure iron. And some copper. Do we have steel? Do we have aluminum? Some glass, lead? Okay, looks good. Should be able to go back. What were we missing? Underground belts mostly, right? Yeah. So let us return and finish that build. While we're here, we could just bring one belt forward. I think we start with the iron belt. Because do you need anything else than pipes and iron here? You need small parts and iron. You need small parts as well. So we could do a third one that is long-handed inserter. And have small parts and iron here. Then nichrome and niobium here. 2 more things here, and then 2 more things here. We don't even need these. All right, let's bring iron forward once we see it ends. Or small parts. Whichever one ends first, we pick that one. Hopefully they're all already pretty far pulled out. Okay, they both end here. I need to put down these construction extenders for real. All right, it is crawdad time. It is that time of the day where we bring out the crawdad. Yeah, doing that without the crawdad is painful. Because you're just so slow. I wish I would have filled all of the marsh as soon as I seen it, because then we didn't have to do this kind of stuff. And do this because I know I'm gonna run past it. We're gonna run past this one with iron as well. This is small parts. No, we're not at the end yet. Even more. Yeah, somewhere here. Let's put all these down, what we have. Okay, so this one will be small parts and iron. Nope, not what I wanted. I'm gonna bring this up now. First, and blue to the end. Now, where was the iron? This one's the iron. Oh, this one's the small parts. Iron is this one, I think. So we're just gonna bring this one. And we don't have any splitters. Let's fix that. Actually, iron, I think, is this one, right? No, iron's the second one from the top. So iron is this one. Good, and back we go to the iron. There's gonna be some water in the way. I think on the way we have to stop. But then we should have small parts and iron available. Very nice. 2,000 belts still available, so that should be enough to get us there. Yeah, that was some water, and oh my god, I should not have done that. I was lucky that there was nothing there. That could have gone horribly wrong. Crawdad is no toy. Listen to me, kids. It's exactly what I mean. Did I murder this one? Yeah. I wanted to stop, and my instinct is always to turn, because that's what I do with the car. In this case, just press backwards and go backwards. Where is that water? Thought I cleaned that all up. All right, to the iron. This time for the real, right? No more march in the way. Get out of the way, tree. There we go. Iron. Let's go to safety here, off the belts. What else do we need? So we have small parts and iron. You need iron, you need small parts and iron and pipe. So you get this. Then we need batteries and into metallics. Where are we making batteries? Batteries are here. Into metallics are here. So let's find those two. Batteries first. Oh, it's so scary to run around here. This is batteries already. There we go, batteries. It's scary to run in between, as I said, that I ran over power pole. Oh well, do the pumps still work? Yeah, the pumps still work. Because there are pipes in there and I really don't want to hit the pipes. And we brought the batteries pretty far forward already. Don't hit... I never know what the hitbox is of this guy. Oh well. This is an extremely annoying place to run them, where the batteries are. Because there are pipes so close, and you have shit like this. I'm gonna run up here. To be honest, that seems much safer. I can't get rid of forests and rocks and shit that's in the way. But yeah, we have to then just stop for them. This way I hopefully don't run over anything. Yeah. Oh, that worked. There's nothing much out here anymore, I think. So yeah, we're at the end. Let's bring the belt up here. Or this one is the closest we can go. We have to go over this way. The inside one is already done. We just need that underground belt. So nichrome and niobium are here. I don't have normal inserters. I forgot those. But we can craft them. And I need to make another normal... Oh, we need fuel. I need to bring wood down here. This is a fuel line then, I guess. Yeah, because we can make the same thing here. Long-handed. Long-handed. I mean, either of those can be fuel. It doesn't really matter. Okay, ingredients-wise, this has ingredients, this has ingredients. You have nichrome, niobium, batteries. No, you have small parts. We're bringing in batteries and into metallics. That's what I brought in now. Into metallics are earlier, so we need to find out where they are. Batteries is here. Let's make into metallics connect. It doesn't connect all the way. No, it does. Okay, so into metallics are here. I'm gonna grab them here. And this is where we continue. All the way up to the batteries. There's pipes there, good. All right, batteries and into metallics are hooked up. We just need to bring in here the into metallics. Let's do that as well. Out of the way of the pipes. Yeah, the belt should be relatively safe. You never know, like we ran into one of the old power poles because at that point I didn't have the advanced power poles yet, so I couldn't span across the belt. So I had random, oh my god. Controlling them is so hard, and then you panic because you accidentally turned a corner. Ugh. Where was I? Here, I think. Yeah, we have water and marsh here. Let's just not try to hit any trees and just stay on the safe route. Just kill the trees that are on the way. And hope you hit them. Alright. Into metallics done. What do we need next? Batteries, into metallics. We need gearboxes and simple circuit boards. Where are the gearboxes? Gearboxes are here somewhere. Here they are. We're still short on shafts. Oh, we're still short on solder. Yeah, that's the tin and lead shortage. That's why another one of the things I put onto the to-do list is solder, molten solder. And probably, yeah, on rails as well. Last sip of that bottle. Now, gearboxes. Is this belt. Does it go through all the way? The answer goes to here, so that's good enough. Yeah. Run that rock down. Boom. This isn't full. I don't know if this one's fully connected already. I have to check. Not on foot. Why is there no gearboxes on it then? Okay, it goes till here. Good. All right, gearboxes are a go. Oh, we were right at it anyway. Water, let me guess. More water. Let's fill all of this preemptively. And back to work. More water. My poor landfill is running out too. Are you kidding me? I hate these marsh areas. Oh, and I'm out of belt now too. Good. We aren't far from it. We are at science. We have belts pretty close. They're not after science, right? They're before science. Yeah, they're here. Here we go. Let's fill it up. It's fine. We have a bunch of belts to lay down still. And we were somewhere here. How many fish do I still have? 4? That's not a lot. I need to grab fresh fish again as food for the crawdad. Don't let me forget. I mean, I still have my car too. The sound of the crawdad. Sounds like a old steam machine. What was that? Oh, because I was dragging in front of it, yeah. All right, so we're like here. All right, here we are. And it's also going to be a half belt. You just duck and weave under. Actually, no, you are the actually the top one. Because simple circuit boards are way lower here. It's not connected. So many holes in it. Yeah, look, so this is where the simple circuit boards come down from. I'm out of, I'm an idiot. Should have refilled on the underground belts as well. So you come down here. We can do this, that's fine. Let's make a stop where the fish are. Also where the belts are. I need undergrounds. And this is a mess. Oh, you're out of fuel. Cool. That works. Where are the fish? Further down. I think it's still this one. And there's water. Oh, I hate this marsh. Wrong mouse button. Oops. There we go. These are connected. Now, where are the fish? Way further back. Need some fish as crawdad food. And then check out what else we need. Did I bring the gearbox? I did bring the gearboxes forward already. So it's gearboxes and simple circuit boards. Let's take 2 stacks of fish. Where are the belts? Here. And then we check what we need next. Good old belt management. We need undergrounds. There we go. Fill up with belts. We might as well. We still need wood, but wood is close. We need belt and plastic. Yay. Belt we used last here. Yeah, tons of holes in this one either. This looks good though. Ooh, that was close. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Break that stone down. Yeah. Show him crawdad. Why you skip that one? Excuse me? Is this in water? Of course it is. No, we don't do that. There we go. Much better. I love that I don't have to stop for the underground stuff, but I have to stop for all the water stuff. Let's sigh. There we go. Good, good. Look at that fast progress in the crawdad. It's kind of annoying that he eats fish. I understand you don't want to shove coal into him. That would be a little mean. And let's kill this forest. Get out of here. Can't be on my bus. That's the benefit of the car. I mean, I never get stuck. I still have the car and some like raw coal or some garbage on me, or there's a tree somewhere that I can fell. It's not that like I get stuck in the middle of nowhere, but nonetheless, it's more difficult to feed. Oh my god, look at all this forest. It all needs to die. Yeah, we're out of it. I figured. This is gearboxes and it will be simple circuit boards. So this is the next one. The question is, what else comes onto this belt? We just brought forward what? This is belt. The next one is plastic. Oh, I don't even know where plastic is here. And where it ends. If we pull it all the way through, we do not. It is pretty far down. There we go, I caught up. So plastic will be here. And then belt is gonna be up here. Not here. Is this the belt? I think this might be the belt. Yeah, this should be the belt. Need more splitters. Oh, we're still building these. Yeah, we only need a half belt. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just take... Yeah, no, let's make it a half belt. It's a half belt anyway. So there's plastic and belt. And this one needs to be wood then. So let's get wood here. One over. Let's do two over. Can't hurt. Now wood, where art though? Thou. Where's wood? How do we have so little wood? What's wrong here? We have not enough ash. No, this is still almost a 15 per second belt. Don't tell me power. What was that orange? It's clear enough power. Yeah, but we don't have enough ash for all of them to run. Yeah, this is the first ones that are out of ash. It's barely enough for these to run, so we still have a decent... I mean, it is... I think we need a full belt. So this is like 3/4 of a full belt. So we still get good throughput on the wood, but it certainly is going down. You know, we have no backlog of logs anymore. So... What is using so much wood, though? Oh, cellulose, yeah. Cellulose is eating quite a bit. I mean, for the amount I need here right now is irrelevant. Like, that little bit is fine enough. For the raw fiber, however, it is not as irrelevant. Now, where's the wood? Here. We're already above. Shouldn't be that far. My crawdad is still somewhere up here. Here it is. Might as well take the crawdad. Here it is. Wrong button. Or is it the wrong button? Does it dismount when I press O? It does. Interesting. Didn't do that for the car. And there we go. Yeah, the wood is very low. But that's a problem for future me. Petroleum gas processing is done. What does that mean for us? Petroleum gas processing. It means we could make heavy oil and we could go into heavy oil stuff. Next, I looked into it in YAFC a bit for heavy oil, and it is quite a chain. We can get some syngas from naphtha if we don't bother with oil sands. Because oil sands needs some naphtha to kick off, but I think it can produce its own naphtha. Yeah, it can produce its own naphtha from high distillates and condensates to satisfy its own demand. So keep going indefinitely. So we only need the bitumen froth to make bitumen. And out of the bitumen, we can make heavy oil directly with chromium. So not even tin chromium with some alloy. We need tin chromium alloy to make high distillates from medium distillates. And then we need 77.8 steam. We can make that with the gasoline. Do we produce gasoline here? Wait, this only needs 150 degrees, so this could be supplemented. No, these two cover this one. This sadly needs hot steam. So that's 16 gasoline per second, which isn't much. Can we burn it with something else so it's completely... I mean, everything needs gasoline as input anyway. Yeah, petroleum probably doesn't look better. So yeah, the heavy oil will make 23.9 gasoline per second, and we need 19.4 for this. And this is making heavy oil. I don't think we're really optimizing for... Yeah, we get a lot of syngas out of this as well, so we could use the oil sands. The syngas for the oil sands. So that is the next immediate. I'm thinking to do local chain to tap one of the oil wells. We need drilling fluid for that, and then get heavy oil out of this whole chain. So we get petroleum gas, we get gasoline, we get BTX, tailings, and syngas. And out of BTX we can make benzene, which we don't need yet. We can make methane out of it, which we also don't need in this form, right? We have enough methane from moondrops. So that would just be petroleum gas as product. Residual oil and residual mixture can be made into more residual oil, coking gas oil, and coke. Then after coking gas oil, we can make a little bit of coke oven gas, 500 degrees, and a little bit of coke. So is that worth it? I don't know. Why can this not be linked? Because we haven't done anything with it yet. Yeah, so we make 1 coke oven gas per second, so irrelevant. But it gets rid of the stuff. So yeah, this is everything we do. We take the crude oil, we break it up into condensates, high distillates, medium distillates, low distillates, and residual mixture. The high distillates gives us naphtha. The medium distillates gives us strip distillates. And the low distillates gives us... Where were they? Oh, the low distillates gives us the heavy oil. So the low distillates are really what we care about. We could throw the rest away. Like we could just say like condensates, medium and low and high distillates and residual mixture. We just purge it and just get the heavy oil and don't care about it. We should at least get the strip distillates because it gives us 50 gasoline a second, and we need gasoline everywhere anyway. And then a bit of coke is whatever. We can, yeah, the residual oil thing, we can just avoid it and not care about the coke. 150 syngas a second is nice. Tailings are useful because we need them for... Like we can get raw nextolite out of them. Tailings dust can give us acid gas. Cold water slurry can give us benzene and aromatics. So it's not completely worthless. BTX is mostly benzene. Like I don't think we're going to use it for methane right now. So benzene, and we don't have a use for benzene yet. And petroleum gas we need for MIBC later. We're still far away from that. So yeah, we could in theory just throw away a lot of these products. Like for example, refined natural gas into naphtha. We don't have to do that if we don't want to bother with oil sands only, or like the oil sand extraction to kickstart the naphtha with that. So those are considerations I'm going to look into next, especially if you look at the game, we have oil sands right here. Yeah, they're like really convenient right here, which we could, you know, just pipe over here and process them then. Let me skip that song. Was a little aggressive. Good, where are we at with... the ingredients? We're missing plastic. Oh, we need solder too. I didn't see that. Solder is going to be annoying because we were really short on it. So solder is probably lower than wood. This is the solder line. How far does it continue? Yeah, so this is wood. We would squeeze it in here. No, we don't do this. I will do this. Bit unconventional, but it'll work. And now we have to grab, where's my crawdad? Down here. Now we have to grab the ingredient that's actually on the belt. So we need to bring the belt back all the way to the beginning. Let's go. Last ingredient, solder. It didn't seem like we have to go too far back with this one either. And so far, no marsh. As I said it as a run over one. And there we go. We come to one of these anus spots of water. There we go. And there's solder. Last ingredient for our robots. Let's start spreading. Where are the robots? Here. Let's start spreading the robot ports in that direction. I actually have to craft them myself. Let's make 9 of them. I'm out of aluminium. How many construction robots do we have? 400. Well, 399, but yeah, 400. That's good. I think I set the limit to 2,000. I think that's a realistic limit. Like, we need a lot of them. 2,000 is a good starting point. You see how slowly we produce them? We're out of gearboxes still. Gearboxes was out of... I already forgot. Shaft still. Yeah, solder. Yeah, I think once we have this set up and have the oil set up, it's purely rail time. Because that is where we're gonna refuel all these belts that are very low right now. We have all the required technologies now for oil. Next up is drilling fluid, so we can tap an oil well. Once we tapped an oil well, we get oil out of it, and then we refine that oil into heavy oil and gasoline, and potentially just throw the rest away. Especially because some of them need things like tin chromium alloy and stuff like that. How's the niobium looking? Good. I probably can't keep producing at 1.18 per second, because yeah, we're out of wood, badly out of wood. Well, that wasn't expected. I thought we had way more wood, but the cellulose is really where we lose the most. Yeah, here it's, I mean, we don't produce as much anymore because of the ash. Yeah, look at that. It's already slowing down. Yeah, it's still pretty full. So I guess on our to-do list is also more wood. Yeah, wood production. Nitrogen filter for niobium. I did that. Yeah, so what I have planned for next big steps. We need coke oven gas to get hot air to make tin. We need drilling fluid to get oil. We have made nichrome. We can take syngas and nichrome to make light oil and olefins. Olefins will become important soon. Light oil is good for making aromatics, so it's not bad. And we can pair it with oleochemicals, which is LAR plus titanium, because that produces a ton of steam and that needs a ton of steam. So they're good to be paired. Also, olefins and oleochemicals together make something I forgot, but they're important together. I wrote here oil sands to heavy oil. I think we're gonna go oil to heavy oil. And then we need to scale probably we need to scale tin, then probably solder, potentially lead, iron and steel because steel is pretty low, then copper, then zinc. Zinc we don't really need to scale right now, to be honest. And then we need a central ash management on the train and a central tailings management on the train, because we get tailings from the tin processing. And I usually play in the way where if I have trash products like ash, like stone, like gravel, sand, stuff like that, I have a central depot where all the trash trains pick up the entire inventory of the trash spots across the base. And then we have, let's say in terms of stone, we have one central spot where we handle all stone, gravel, sand, and pure sand, and we collect all of them. If we need gravel and have too much stone, we crush the stone into gravel. If we need sand and have too much gravel, we crush it into sand. If we end up having too much sand, we burn the sand. Like, it's all in the one central place, instead of every single destination has to deal with it itself or burn it itself. And the other thing is, there's a lot of places that produce like a little bit of oxygen or a little bit of hydrogen, which you would throw away, well, 100% of the time. But you might as well have one train arrive every hour to pick up a full train load and bring it into a central oxygen production center, right? Where it has priority, like these trash trains have priority over the oxygen you produce. That means less energy spent, and it's maybe only like a train an hour or something like that, but overall it makes it nice and compact. You have one central production station, and trash gets just moved to one central place. All right, I wanted to put down pyroboports. Let's connect them up. Oh, where's the next roboport? Come hither. Don't hide. I still am kind of annoyed that I built that so wide that cost us so much space. Oh well. Lesson learned. Maybe. Maybe. I tried to build a bit more compact in the build for Niobium, if you noticed. Or a bit more extending towards the south instead of the extent of the main bus. And I probably don't have enough of these. What am I missing? Aluminium. Can we steal aluminium from here? Yeah, we can. Now we need intermetallics. They're like right here too. Perfect. Give me a few more. You can't really ever build too many roboports. Like by hand like this, you know, if you don't need that many roboports to reach the production site of our construction, of our logistics spots, I mean, we're gonna expand and you need them sooner than later anyway. So it's hard to overbuild them. Like, especially when you do it manually. There's another one. There's one. It's getting closer. We're still far away. Let's build another 5. We need them. I'm happy we got to Niobium. I'm happy we, in theory, have everything to make logistics bots. The focus will be... And yeah, we put one here, so it can output into. We have solder here, perfect. Do we have everything for the first logistics spot? No, we need plastic. Where's plastic? It was one of the lower ones, right? Is this plastic? If so, there's nothing on it for a long time. Did you miss something in the beginning? Oh, what is this? Oh, this is gearboxes, yeah. Where's plastic? Here, it's not moving. Okay, we missed something. Okay. I guess we never connected it. Oh yeah, we didn't. It's completely missed that. That's fine. We do that now. And we hooked it up here. We just didn't do the part where we actually ran the belt back. But once that is done, we just have to wait a little bit and the first construction robots will show up. Very excited for that. Water. On we go. Again, water. I need to stop turning when there's water. I just need to do straight brake, no turning. So dangerous with the crawdad to mess up. Is there more water? Swear to God. Alright, we're getting closer. Let me guess, more water. We will witness the first construction of one of these logistics spots. They're actually still bringing belts here? Oh yeah, because I just put them down. They're just starting to fill up these belts, which is good. Okay, while we wait, what is missing here? Yeah, it's unfortunate it doesn't tell us what is actually missing as... When it says 15 entities of missing material for construction, that is wrong, I'm pretty sure. I have more construction extenders with me, so I'm gonna go... First I'm gonna craft things I know that are missing. Okay, now we have it. We need a bunch more of these, where I'm probably low on duralumin, or low on steel. Okay, we're gonna collect duralumin that we have available, even though we have 166 here. Research-wise, we're good. We don't need to research anything to progress. Everything we research now is future talk. We're always going to continue researching, but that is not necessary for what we immediately want to do, what is on the task list. Scaling onto trains, getting heavy oil, that's all doable right now with what we have. The nitrogen, yeah, that's all doable. Now, for this one, we need steel. So let's pack up a bit of steel. 18. Do we make all of them? Let's make 10. I don't know how many we actually need. We need a bunch more of the secondary crushers. Let's make 8 more. And yeah, we can use one more automated screener. Let's get more iron. We need small parts. That's too many. But good thinking. We need a lot. That was all our duralumin already? Yeah, the tanks take a lot of duralumin. So these secondary crushers are next on the list of stuff we're gonna make. It's 1 per this pickup. I don't think we need that many hydroclassifier or automated screeners again, but I'm gonna make another one. Then what else do we need? I think we might still need splitters. Let's make that splitter. I'm missing transport belts. Okay. Not a problem. It's funny that we went through all those transport belts. We probably put down like 5,000-6,000 transport belts in this episode alone. Yeah, make these 23. I'm not sure how many splitters are still missing. It says none, which could be. Let's do ghost count. 22 of those secondary crushers. We need some of these underground vents. And some of these here. That makes 3 of these. Make another one. And then we need 4 of these. That's good. Let's put these 2 in here. Let's get more steel. 10 of these we have. Very nice. Automated screen of 6. That might actually be more than we need. Splitters, we actually might not need that many. Let's put them here anyway. I need them up top for sure. I also need inserters up top for sure. And the coal mine. So we might extend the pie construction zone all the way up there. Miners are still missing 50 or something like that. But yeah, I have the storage tanks. Do we have any burners? I don't think we had any burners. Yeah, it doesn't tell us. It just says 3,000 entities are missing construction robots because all the belts now unlocked, and it only counts so many before it refreshes and shows you something different. So that's why here and there we get like 3,000 construction robots, then it says these parts are missing, then it says construction robots. It only keeps a certain amount of entities that populate this list. We still need ionic upgraders, which need a ton of simple circuit boards, if I understand correctly. Oh yeah, the nitrogen evaporation gives us a ton of steam 150 degrees. So that's good to know. For everything that only needs 150 degree steam, we now have a good way to make it. With a little bit of gasoline, we get a ton of 150 degree steam. That is a lot here. All the coal bed stuff, all the things we can make out of coal bed gas, even hydrogen. Which is kind of funny because the amount of oxygen we need to put into to get coal bed gas, we get a ton of hydrogen too, because electrolysis is probably the way to go with it, and that takes a ton of electricity and gives you a ton of hydrogen. So it's funny that you can use activated carbon and coal bed gas to get even more hydrogen. Raw gas and gasoline into natural gas and some naphtha. Yeah, these are all the coal bed and oil refining recipes. Drilling fluid into raw gas. Oh yeah, the pump checks. We can either tap a bitumen seep, and so how you put down, we're going to do that later when we actually tap an oil well, but you either can put down pump checks and continuously feed them with drilling fluid, which is a primitive thing to make. Like drilling fluid, it's just clay, sand, stone, or something like that, but you need a lot of it. And then you can put down a pump check anywhere, but you need to provide drilling fluid to it. Or you find a bitumen seep and you put down, let's say, an oil well or a natural gas extractor. You feed it with drilling fluid till you, so to say, tapped the vein or the deposit, and then it just produces oil like normal oil wells would in Factorio vanilla. So it's an interesting mechanic. Formaldehyde from refined natural gas and hot molten salt. that's something we can look at when we need more, or when we're redoing simple circuit boards, because we need formaldehyde for making the formica. Yeah, the fiberboard needs it, right? Melamine, then the melamine resin needs it. We still need formaldehyde, if I remember correctly. Cool, yeah, we caught up on that. Let's drop all the things we just crafted in here. We have 3 of these, 4 of these, 6 secondary crushers. Do we have anything else that we crafted here? No. Let's check out the construction, the logistics bots. What are you missing? Plastic still. Oh, plastic is coming in. Are we going to see the first logistics bot come out live right here? Yeah, the insert is missing, which is whatever. I want to see that. And there it is. First logistics Pyanobot at 120 hours and 47 minutes. Now let's run all the way back there to put that mechanical inserter there so they actually can put it into the network. But wow, what a journey. We have logistics bots now. At least 1, greater than 1. We don't have a lot of them and they're not going to do much right now, but greater than 1. And that means they're going to steal all my trash and my trash inventory slots as well. So I need to be careful about that. Personal logistics turned off. We don't need that right now. So I can use my trash slots for actually getting rid of trash and temporarily, and then putting it in my boxes manually. So we don't have to worry about that right now. Construction bots are zooming around, doing their job. But we finally got logistics bots. And after heavy oil, I consider terminating the bus, at least temporarily, moving, like splittering everything down and make a massive set of boxes here where all the ingredients are in here, and start producing all these buildings that I had handcrafted for the rails automatically. We need a lot of gearboxes for that though, so it behooves us to, if I want to do the automatic, if I want to use the automated factories, which I really want, I don't want to deal with wood or something like that, feeding that. Then we need a lot of gearboxes, which means we need a lot of more solder. Now, read robot statistics, and when total logistics bots Y is smaller than, let's say 550, you keep inserting them. Yeah, we still have a little buffer of everything, right? Solder and whatnot. And honestly here, we're not gonna waste the good solder. I'm going down here because it's way too valuable, especially right now. We'll put it straight in here. All right, logistics bots. Hell yeah. First major goal achieved. And now we can focus on heavy oil. And we're gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna end stream now. I want to say thank you to everybody who came by, everybody who chatted, everybody who was lurking, everybody who liked, subscribed, and everything. Pleasure having you. I hope you're joining me again tomorrow when we start working on oil. You'll find out how the bitumen seeps work. And we have a few close by. I think there's one bitumen seep. You can see this one here, bitumen seep mined by natural gas derrick, small oil derrick, or tar extractor. You can decide what you want to get out of the bitumen seep. You can either get natural gas, oil, or tar. And yeah, we'll explore how that works. We're going to create drilling fluid, tap our first bitumen seep with oil, with the oil derrick, and then we're gonna get heavy oil out of that to get our sink production up and running again and keep it steady. All right, thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.